Welcome everybody to RWB Racing. I am one of your hosts, Chris Ball, RWB Presidio Dog, and here with me is my boy Cody Thompson, also known as RWB Cupcake. What's up, boy?
What up, Chris? It's a very gorgeous day over where I'm at, so I am pumped and full of caffeine.
Nice. So, we are here, just getting some stuff done here in the background, getting things ready to go, peoples. Um, really excited. I have been looking forward to this race for almost 2 months now. Is that how long we've been putting this thing together?
Yeah, a little over 2 months. So I mean, there's been a lot of hype behind it, and I am looking forward to the race. I mean, we've got some high-profile names in here from the likes of Black Dragon Racing Team, Phoenix 7, DNA, of course RWB. We're gonna have an RR driver, which is Rockefeller Racing, coming up and racing with us, and it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, I'm really excited. The We have been planning this thing for a long time, and we have been just trying to get all of this together for a great cause. You know, we have we'll talk about more about that here in a couple minutes. The race is going to start in about 45 minutes or so. So we got a little time to go over some of the stuff. The drivers are actually out on the track. You can probably hear them in the background as they're driving by us. They're just practicing and getting warmed up out there. But really quick, the whole purpose of this event is to raise money for the Tourette's Foundation. These folks are legit. It's the Tourette Association of America. We have been I've known about these people forever, and because my son, who's one of the racers today, Trology, he has Tourette's, so uh, just seemed like the perfect charity to run. And I was just checking up, by the way, Cody. So far, we're already up to $357 raised towards this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Nice.
We have a pretty ambitious goal of $3,000 to raise today. Would I love to hit that. I don't know that we will, but I'm pushing for it for sure. And part of the money that we've raised so far comes from these couple of companies. So Detailing Group and Peterson Communications Group. These two companies have generously donated already as official sponsors of the race to help raise money for this. And I actually know the owners of both of these companies personally. Detailing Group happens to be owned by my brother, or one of my brothers. And my other brother worked for him, and I've worked for him, and we've all worked with him at some point or another. And so Detailing Group is one of our sponsors. They do steel detailing and project type management stuff. So you can check them out at detailinggroup.com. The other one is Peterson Communications Group, and that's actually the company I work for. Their website is petersoncg.com, and their telecommunications group specializing in hospitality and hosted voice service. So, and I am the lead unified communications network engineer for the company. So, uh, we got some good people here sharing. Now we got two cars that are going to be on the track today, running these liveries for Detailing Group and Peterson Communications Group. So Detailing Group is driven by RWB J-Rod. He's the number 23 car that you'll see out on the track today. And the Peterson Communications Group will be in the number 5 Corvette, which will be driven by RWB Outlaw, and who is the founder of RWB, actually. So
Yep. And he's also our boss.
he is our boss.
I'm just gonna say it right there. He's our boss. He
He's
hates it when somebody says boss. So, yep. Our
nice.
fearless leader and boss.
Yeah. So let's go ahead here. I'm gonna go ahead and go out on the track. I'm currently out on the track. We'll just watch V Grasso driving around in his Tourette's Viper. Now, I want to make sure everybody understands, right, Cody, that this is a race for charity. So, none of these guys care about winning. None of them care about lies. All lies. Every one of these guys wants
yeah,
to win this
I'm
race.
gonna stop you right there.
I figured I might get a little reaction from that. No, all of these guys have tried to get their liveries themed for Tourette. Tourette's is a big deal. There's a lot that people don't know about Tourette's and kind of what goes on with it. Here in a couple of minutes, we actually have an interview with Caleb Ball, my son I was telling you about. He goes by RWB Metrology. He's actually out on the track right now. Let me take a look at his car. He is in the all Tourette's all the time Corvette. So, and I gotta say it right. He drives on a motion controller. So those of you that may know about gaming consoles and whatnot, in the PlayStation, you can hold the controller in your hand. You can steer the car with your thumbs on the little joysticks or whatever. Or you can steer it like it uses the motion controls and gyros and accelerometers and stuff in the handset to steer the car like you're holding a steering wheel in your hand. And that's how he drives this car, which I always find as a very weird choice to make, because with Tourette's you have involuntary movements. So I'm giving a precursor now. If you see his car just take off into a wall or something somewhere, that's probably what happened. You were gonna say something, bud?
Oh, I wasn't gonna say anything there. Besides agreeing with you, I mean, the motion controller is so hard to use. I mean, I could go out on track right now, and I guarantee you, I'll spin out at least once or twice.
Yeah, I can see that. It takes some getting used to for sure. So, we have some of the drivers, like I said, out on track right now. So looks like we have about 8 drivers out there. And you're out there. So you're out there driving around. Let's see, what are you driving? I want to see what you're driving.
I am driving my signature Corvette.
My keyboard is not functioning. Stand by. One moment, please. Sorry about that. Hey, it's technical things where every one of us is working from our homes and doing this all in all remote, so technology could be a little challenging sometimes. All right. Let's see, where are you at? I do not. Oh, you're in the pits. Let's see, what is this car of yours? Oh, the Corvette. Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna do a quick little rundown on some of the drivers that we have. Like you said, we have some drivers from all different leagues. This is not an RWB all the time race. We have drivers from other racing leagues that have joined in with us for this. So I'm really excited to have them there. We got guys from PX7, which are some of the top racers in the world, DNA, Rockefeller, Renegade. I mean, these are all teams that people know about, and so it's really nice to have them help us out. So publicly, I want to say thank you to all of you guys and all of your teams for participating in this. We really, really appreciate it. So I thought, you know what, maybe we'll take a couple of minutes now and let everyone hear from our resident Tourette driver. They did a little interview of him while they were driving in a car. It's about 10 minutes long, so I'm just going to bring him up in the bottom right hand corner here, so you can still watch the cars race around, but you can hear a little bit about Tourette's. And what's interesting is the question that he got comes from actually another one of our drivers that was curious to know a little bit more about the Tourette's, and so this is going to be his answer to that. So let's see if I can't pull this thing up here. Hang on a second.
Hey guys, my name is Caleb Ball. I'm driving the number 28 Tourette sponsor car for the Tourette Awareness charity race. I was actually diagnosed when I was 7 years old. I've had Tourette's ever since, and I live with the daily struggles and challenges of said disorder. I have here with me my friend Joey.
So there's a couple questions that you said you wanted to answer. There's a small preface to these questions though, so Let me go ahead and read that to you.
All right.
Due to the research available to the public, a lot of children and young adults are misdiagnosed with ADHD or other similar issues and challenges. It seems like many symptoms of the syndrome either mimic or include ADHD or autistic-type behaviors, such as repetition, tics, and verbal repeating. So the questions are, was there a time in which you were misdiagnosed? Was there perhaps a time your parents realized it was Tourette's and nothing else? And what advice or recommendations would you give to parents out there to look for a misdiagnosis or how to prevent it?
All right. So I just want to start off by saying I think this is one of my favorite questions that's ever been asked about Tourette's. I'll try to answer it as quick as I can, but it's going to be a bit of a longer one because as those all sound like separate questions, they're all very well tied together. So starting on a quick note with the ADHD, that is an extremely misdiagnosed disorder. I got some facts here. As of 2010, this is the most recent fact I could find at the moment, 20% of all cases just in children were misdiagnosed. It's been 10 years. That number has certainly increased as more parents bring in their misbehaving children. And it's really sad to see like how many doctors just give that diagnosis, almost with like little to nothing just because the parents want it. I bring this up because of the question about being misdiagnosed. One, almost every person out there with Tourette's has ADHD. The two just pair together. But ADHD, I believe, is the first step of a misdiagnosis for Tourette's. Again, I'm not a professional. This is just based off the research that I've done. But nowadays, ADHD is looked at as my kid is always super crazy and is acting out and never listens to me, and people just want an excuse. It's harsh yet true. Yeah, it comes with it, but that's not what it is. Tourette's, when paired with ADHD, sometimes adds to the behavioral. But other than that, I mean, I've met a lot of parents whose kids had Tourette's and they didn't even realize it. They just thought their kid was acting out. They took them to the doctor, and the doctor just diagnoses them with ADHD or bad kid disease, and that kid goes on living an extremely confused life, not knowing why these things are happening, but everybody just thinking they're acting out. To touch on the autism real quick, I haven't that's one of the things I haven't done too much research on, but what I can tell you is Tourette's does fall on the autism spectrum. But that does not mean that everybody with Tourette's has autism or even shows signs of autism. I know I haven't. So I'm sure there's been people out there that have been misdiagnosed from having autism and Tourette's. I'm not sure if it's a large number, but I'm sure it's happened. Now, you asked if I was ever misdiagnosed. The answer to that simply no. I don't remember too much, but I was, like I said before, I was diagnosed when I was 7 years old, but I do know we went in with the idea of looking for Tourette's, and that made it easier. Now, I don't know if they've changed the process, but once you're looking for Tourette's, it makes it a lot easier to not misdiagnose the disorder. It takes about a year to get diagnosed. Certain qualifications have to be met. Tics need to be changing. There need to be vocal and motor tics. I was a pretty clear-cut case, and I don't think we ever had any doubt on that. Now the final part is he asked if I had any advice to parents. I have a lot of advice for parents, but on the topic of misdiagnosis, here is my unprofessional advice, personal unprofessional advice. Before you jump to conclusions that your kid has Tourette's or doesn't, there are certain signs that you need to look for. It's not 100%, but it's pretty common. Do you see them always doing this, scrunching their nose, or blinking rapidly or looking down? Those actually happen to be some of the most common tics that you will first see in someone when they're developing Tourette's. Did your kid start developing these symptoms after a traumatic event? Tourette's is an extremely stress-induced disability. The more stressed you get, the more they like to come out. And it's very possible, and there's been cases of people that are older with Tourette's, they have the gene, but it doesn't surface until they go through like a traumatic or extremely stressful event. And it kind of triggers the Tourette's to come out. But look, the big thing I gotta say is, with your kids, be patient with them. And before you punish them or do anything, ask them why you're doing those things if you notice it's a little odd. Like, your first reaction might be, I need to punish my kid, he's just acting out. What it should be is, okay, this seems a little odd, let me ask him first, because that can tell you right there. If they respond like, what are you talking about? You know, there's probably tics that have happened in this video I had no idea that I did. A lot of this one, I always know when that one happens, but a lot of tics, I don't actually know when they happen. Or another you can do is, if you ask them, you know, why they're doing it, and they very shyly say like, I don't know, that means they're really confused because their body is doing things that they don't want it to do. And if they start acting like that, I would personally recommend just take them to a doctor and have it looked at, you know? But I want to throw in one last disorder that was not mentioned, that, if I remember correctly, is probably the most commonly mistaken for Tourette's, and vice versa, and that's OCD. It's a really hard one because OCD and Tourette's also pair together at times. However, in the past year, I've finally started to gain experience in this as I've just started to develop more OCD symptoms. A lot of people view OCD habits and tics as the same thing. They really aren't. It can be hard to discern, but to the trained eye, you can catch it. The big difference between them is OCD is an impulse to do something, like this. I didn't have to do that. It wasn't a tic, but see, now I gotta do it on the other side. That's the OCD. I could make the choice to not do it if I wanted to. My body's not forcing me to do it. My brain is. Tourette's is basically like it's still the brain, but your body is forcing you. I have no control. I can't stop it. It's gonna happen. And that's the biggest difference between them. And that's something you have to ask a person. But those are people that are older and people that have had experience with it for longer. Your kids, your young ones, they're not gonna know the difference. They don't even know what Tourette's or OCD is. So the biggest thing I would say after that, and then I'll hop off my soapbox, is do your research. Don't go to Reddit, don't go to blogs or anything and ask how other parents have raised their kids, because to be frank with you, most parents don't know how to raise kids with Tourette's unless they've had it, because it's not one of those things that people understand, especially the way society you know, views us. They don't know what they're doing. Most kids with Tourette's and most people with Tourette's that I've had, not that all the parents were horrible, but the parents didn't know what to do. And then I've met parents that are just like, well, this one parent said to do this, that, and that. I'm like, no. Do your actual research. The Tourette Association of America, who's hosting this event, their website is where I have gotten and done a majority of my research on Tourette's. The money that we're raising for this event is going into helping that, to get more information out there. Use that website. Use actual medical websites. One of my favorites that I've used is, I believe it's mayoclinic.gov. Has fantastic information on it. Don't use blogs. Stay away from those. And then if you ever need more help, reach out to someone with Tourette's like me or other older people that have dealt with it for a while. No one will turn away to help you out. So, look, Tourette's it's a difficult thing to deal with. It really is. Not because it's more severe than some other disorders out there, but one of the biggest is how it's portrayed by society. It's looked at as a joke, and it's not taken seriously, and that's why we're here today. To spread awareness, show people that we aren't walking jokes, and that our disability isn't a reason just to get away with swearing. There are a lot of consequences that come with this, and we all suffer in our own unique ways. So I want to thank everybody that is here today. The amount of support we have for this event is truly overwhelming. And for all my people out there struggling with Tourette's, keep your chin up, do your best to stay positive, and tick on.
That's awesome. That is actually great to hear. You know, and to hear what he experiences day to day in Tourette's and to give advice, you know, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. And I 100% agree with him when it came to blogs, you know. If you ever have an issue, try talking to somebody with Tourette's. Yeah, now would there be any kind of advice that you would give to parents though that you know suspect their kids having or may have developed Tourette's? Now I'm gonna ask you a couple questions though, a couple more. What are some ways that families can, what are some things they could do to help ease, like, you know, ticks, triggers, things of that sort for their kids? Really? Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Ooh. Well, let's. So we get 12. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I don't think we're missing anybody. I know we had Rodrigo was supposed to be in there, as well as Winkle. Yep. Yep. is. I just,
What's going on, fellas?
oh, what's up? What's up?
I have Mercedes feels good, man. This is one of the underdog cars. It's got good torque and it's got good handling. It's not a favorite of everyone, but it's still a good car, so I give it some attention. Life is full of butterflies and rainbows. Nah, but this is gonna be a good race. We got a lot of good drivers in here, so it's definitely gonna be very competitive. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be a good day. I was looking into the sponsor D&G. Looks like a great company that has tons of experience in detailed building maps, I believe it was. Something with architecture, and it looks real good. So I'm pretty excited to rep for them. Hopefully, I can do a good job for them and at least be in the top 5 because there's a lot of fast guys in here. But yeah, man, life is okay. Also, just tried to rush to get home because there was a wreck that blocked the road. So yeah, that was convenient. But I'm here, and I'm here to race. Yeah. Man, I love it. We're a bunch of good guys. We get along great. We very helpful, for anyone who's just getting on, who isn't used to league racing or anything. And we've helped a lot of people become faster in this e-racing sport because, some people were skeptical and didn't really want to, I guess, embarrass themselves. But we welcome everybody here, and that's what we look forward to. Full lobbies to race with and share tuning and all that good stuff, race lines. So yeah, I think we do pretty good. A lot of leagues do the same, but we're all kind of equally yoked around here. Whoa. Right, exactly. And again, it's for all levels, whether you're just beginning or, you're a super pro, who we're lucky enough to race with. But yeah, man, that's what it's all about, having fun, having good clean racing that you can save the replay for, because sometimes some races just aren't worth the replay save with the daily.
Nope.
So we definitely push for clean racing.
Oh, I don't actually. I mean, you pretty much asked all the questions, so.
I'm an Aquarius. I like roller walks on the
Plus, I'm taking my leisurely Saturday drive in my Supra. I am. Yep. I'm in my Team Cincinnati livery. We are waiting on Outlaw.
I saw him long.
I will.
thought it was 7, but okay. Probably so. I don't know. Dang. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I hope so, but like I said, we got a lot of good guys, so a lot of these guys are pretty used to it, turn ones and have the chaos that it can do and cannot. So it should.
Nope. And if you're outlaw and you're screaming Leroy Jenkins going into turn 1, expect a red flag.
Red flag, wait. Something crazy's gonna happen. Alright guys, thanks.
Yep. Yep. Yep, so while you're sending the invite, I'll just give everybody an insight. Oh. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to send Outlaw my signature message, but it is going to be rated PG. So, here it is. Yep. We do. Yes. Okay. Into view. There we go. Yep, we're a two-man army. We are 100% a two-man army. So, while we're waiting on Outlaw to come in for a lovely interview, just give you guys a background of RWB. We are a racing league based in the U.S. We do have people from other countries that come in, race with us. Time-wise, we primarily run out of either Central or Eastern time zones. And we run events almost every night of the week. I'm Cupcake. I host the Group C events on Fridays, which we share Fridays with Presidio, who operates the Super Formula. So, Mondays we do karts. Tuesday is J-Rod's Gentleman's Tuesday, where we take a bunch of different cars, just throw them around the track, see what they can do. Wednesday and Thursdays are kind of in the air at the moment. Friday is my league, and then Saturday Venom has an event for Group 3, Group 4s called the World GT Cup, which is a 90-minute endurance. So, if you guys are interested in joining the league, obviously you can head over to the public Facebook page. I have a button on there that says sign up, which will automatically take you to our group where you can come in, join, that way you can race with us. Right on. Yep, NSA, don't fail me now. Oh. Yep, and looky there, I'm in the stuck check. I am. That's great. And it looks like it. Yep. Oh, lordy. Hey, I'm down for it. Yep. Okay.
Tourette syndrome is a medical condition that people live with in their daily lives. They make involuntary sounds known as tics. It could be a sound or a movement that the body cannot control.
I have this one. Sometimes I click my tongue in the back of my throat like this, but not very often, and I constantly crack my knuckles, even if I already did.
So they mostly would ask me like why my eyes keep twitching, or like asking me if like if I can stop like moving my leg.
The ticks were more like the head shaking as well, barking. I had a tick for a while where I'd step backwards and walk backwards for a couple of steps and then walk back. I had a tick once when I'd be standing and I'd lift up my leg.
When I was first diagnosed, I was out of school for weeks. My tics were very high. My vocal tics were elevated. My motor tics would really hurt me. It was tough.
7 or so years old, I was responding, well, is this just going to keep on?
When I was younger, they like singled me out and treated me more as, as basically almost as if I was like an alien in a sense. And because at that point in time, I didn't really understand much about what was happening.
You have a 7-year-old. When I take him to school and I go down the elevator, right before we get on the elevator, I'll take my teeth and I'll bang my teeth against the wall. And he asked me, "What are you doing, Dad?" So I said, "Oh, I have Tourette syndrome. It's a condition that causes me to do things I don't want to do." And so the funny thing is, the other day he comes up to me, we're standing there and I don't do it on the elevator. And he says, "Daddy, you didn't do your Tourette's." And I'm like, "No, it's not like that. It doesn't work that way."
It's hard to suppress a tick, and even if you do suppress a tick, when you're done suppressing the tick, they only come out more.
I have to morph my words. Instead of saying bomb, 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 I go bah.
If I try to suppress them, it doesn't work. That's like trying to hold in a sneeze.
Young girls would laugh. Kind of embarrassing for an adult to be bullied by young teenagers.
As a young kid, I would tick whatever it was and immediately look around to see who noticed, like as if it really mattered.
And then you really start to believe that you are different.
I would be out on the subway and attracting attention from other people, adults, and like learning about how cruel people can be. Seeing those kids in DC at the conference treating their tics as something that was just part of who they are was so inspiring.
It's really cool. Kids don't get judged there and they have fun with other kids like them.
Other than our tics, we're normal people because everyone has their own things that make them different from one another. And Tourette syndrome just happens to be one of those things for some people.
Don't be afraid of people with disabilities. Just because someone has a disability doesn't mean that you have to avoid them.
I think the Tourette Association of America means support and community.
My hope is that everyone who sees this video goes home and tells 3 people about Tourette syndrome.
All right. Awesome. What a great group. Really, really great group. I love them. Cody, you there?
I am here, sir.
Did we get a hold of our fearless leader?
I was not able to.
All right. Well, you know what? We have about 4 minutes to start. Let's just run down. I'm going to run down our starting grid today with who we got on our front row, and we're just going to run down the grid here. So on row 1, starting in at the pole position is Fuzzy. He is, is he a BDRT guy? I think he's a BDRT guy, right?
He is. He is a current BDRT driver.
There we go. And his qualifying time when we did qualifying last weekend was a 1 minute 40.389 seconds. Behind him is DNA Tuco from DNA Racing. And we had some interviews with a couple of these guys during qualifying, so you can always go back and check that video out. He was only 4/10 of a second slower, 4.5 tenths slower during that, so he will start in P2. On row 2, we've got Bizzle. I don't know what team Bizzle races with. Is he Phoenix?
He's not Phoenix. I think he's MOP, but I might be wrong.
That's right. Nope, you're right. Yep, he's MOP. So he's about a half second back, and he's in P3 in the Aston Martin. Starting next to him is going to be Nemesis in the GT, Ford GT in P4. And row 3 is we're going to have Outlaw in the Peterson Corvette. Next to him will be Magic Man in the Mercedes AMG. On row 4, we're going to have Supermax in another AMG. And right beside him in P8 will be Trology, our Tourette driver, in the Tourette Corvette. And no, I didn't plan that to rhyme, it just did. In row 5, we got J-Rod's detailing group Mercedes in P9. Now the order was changed a little bit. We had a driver that wasn't able to make it today, and so the order is moved up a little bit, but that's fine. So J-Rod's going to start in P9, and right next to him is Vinny in P10. On row 6, we have Tazzini, although I think Tazzini, has he arrived yet?
He is not.
Okay, so he might not start in 11th, but he's slated to, so the spot will be open if he can get in here in 2 minutes. And then right next to him, RWB Venom, who happens to be running our World GT League, which is actually later this afternoon. So a lot of these guys are running 2 long endurance races today. So this will warm them up. At least they're all racing in the same group car, because Group 3 cars are what they're racing at. Are they at Spa, I think? I think that's where they're... No, not Spa.
Yep, we'll be at Spa.
Oh, yep, at Spa. You're right. So they'll be racing at Spa today. You're going to be racing in that, aren't you?
Yep, I'll be in it.
Yep, you are. And on our last row 7, we're going to have the McLaren, the only McLaren out in the field today, and that's going to be Spider Team. And starting next to him will be Chompy in the Aston Martin. He is from Renegade Motorsports. And he is the reserve driver taking the spot, but since he never qualified during qualifying, he will be starting at the rear of the field. So that is our setup for today. So welcome again, everybody, to... I need to turn that off so you all don't have to see that anymore. There we go. Let's get back out onto the track. So all the cars are... out there. Looks like everybody is ready to go, right? I guess we're going to be short one driver. I don't know where that driver is going to be. So, have you sent anything out into the ether to find this guy?
I sent out our reserve dogs, I've sent out the NSA, the FBI, and he's nowhere to be found, so...
Oh boy.
Looks like he will be missing this race, unfortunately.
Well, that's a shame. Alright, well, yeah, I don't see them. He's online, so we'll just probably have to start without him here. And want to start on time for all those people that are showing up. Welcome to RWB Racing. We've been doing our little pre-show here for the last little while. And just a reminder that this is a charity race to raise money for Tourette's Awareness. So you can go to www.rwbracing.com/donate, and I have that redirecting straight to the secure donation site at the Tourette's Awareness people. So 100% of all the money we get is going straight to them. We don't take a dime for anything. We don't use it for anything. Nobody's racing this race for money. Everyone's racing this race just to be here to give you guys a great show and to watch everything go down. So I guess, do you want to send out looks like everyone's getting ready.
Everybody's eager.
Yeah, everybody's ready to go. So how about you want to throw them out a 30-second warning, and then just so make sure everybody is back. It looks like, actually, maybe if everyone just got on the track, we would know they were here. Maybe ask everybody if they could jump out on track, and I want to make sure everybody's in their cars before starting. Otherwise, if somebody got up to walk away or something.
Yep, so I will do that there real quick. So enter track.
Thank you, sir. Let's just see if we can get everybody to enter the track. Then we'll know everybody's in their cars. Everybody is paying attention. The hard part is nobody's actually in these tracks on the cars where we can just run down the pit lane and tap on the hood and say, get out there. we have to say, did anybody accidentally get up and go to the bathroom and leave their car on the track? So it looks like we still have a few that are sitting out there. Come on, everybody out on the track. Let's go. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, put your car out on the track.
Yeah, a little bit of 3 wide going on here down the front straight.
Yeah.
Between Mex, Nemesis, and Magic.
I'm going to ask up to all to leave the pit, please. This will let me know they're all ready. Let's just see. I should see 4 cars. There goes one. Somebody was paying attention. Come on. There's just 5 of you. There goes another one. There goes another one. Come on. We just got Spider Team and J-Rod. I want to make sure they're both... Oh, so maybe J-Rod is not getting messages. This is why we do this, folks. Just hang tight with us. Oh my goodness. Hey, Cupcake, you want to jump? You want to jump into that other party chat? Make sure they're both ready to go, and then jump back in here with me, and we'll start it out.
I can do that real quick.
Yeah, I just want to make sure this goes right. So, oh wait, there goes one more. Now we just wait for J-Rod to get out there. There goes J-Rod.
Okay, we're good.
All right, so it looks like everybody is in their cars. All right, here we go. Gonna start this race. All right, here we go, folks. All right, it's underway. The first ever Tourette Association of America RWB Racing charity drive is about to begin. Ooh, do you want to call out the beginning? You want me to call it out? I'm giving you a choice.
Oh, I'll call it out.
Yeah,
I'll call it out. I got it.
All right, let me wait till I can get in on here. Here we go. All right, I'm going to have my camera on our first place driver as he heads to the corner. So let's see how this goes. We're waiting for the lights up top, and that'll give us a 3 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go get her, guys. Go, go, go. Everyone's going. Perfect. We don't have to worry about that.
Everybody's off there. Fuzzy gets a horrible start in that Supra. He's going to drop all the way down to 4th place, maybe 5th or 6th. We are going just about 4 wide going into the turns. Move-wise there, Fuzzy gets back into 3rd. Magic Man's going to be sitting here in 4th. Everybody gets through fairly clean. I mean, I saw a little bit of bumping and banging. Nothing bad going on. We are now going in 3 wide between Mex, J-Rod, and Chompy. Chompy, though, he is looking to overtake Mex. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen at all. Is he gonna do it this turn? Let's take a look here. And he does. He's gonna get it done. And as far as any kind of battles here, I don't see anything. Tucho, though, is gonna start to pull away here just a little bit.
Now, it looks like the first 3 have actually pulled away a little bit from the pack already.
Yes. Yep. So it's a 3-way battle for first already between Tucho, Nemesis, and Fuzzy. Outlaw, he is trying to get into the action there. He did get a little bit of time, not much, but he is starting to lose some. Magic Man, meanwhile, is just duking it out with Bizzle at the moment. Bizzle is looking to get past Magic Man. They both go into the grass. Nothing serious happening there. Bizzle's going to go on the inside, going to try to take the spot away, and is he going to do it? He is, well, he might. He might. We got a drag race.
Oh, it is a drag race. Look at him go. On the outside, he's going to get in the grass.
Yep. So
look at this. What a
fool on drag race. That is glorious.
Oh, look at Spot right up in the middle.
Up the middle, going 3 wide.
Wow, what a move. Gets 2 spots.
What a fantastic move.
Covers the corner,
but Bizzle is not having it. He is not having it at all. He is going to the inside, gets past J-Rub. But I know J-Rod, he will not give up. It's glorious.
Yep. Oh my goodness. These cars are duking it out. That was a beautiful move. J-Rod just slides right up between them all. That was awesome. Now
That
J-Rod's
was...
battling with Chompy now. Chompy in the Aston Martin trying to take him on the inside.
Yep.
J-Rod's
Now, mind you, the SLS, it is an underdog car. Not a lot of people use it. It's, you know, grossly underpowered. But I know J-Rod, he can make pretty much any car work.
Oh, look at this battle. This is awesome. All right, so it looks like Chompy's going to get that spot. Trology all over the back end of J-Rod, but gets a little slidey on the last corner.
Yep, gets a little bit slidey.
Now, looks like Spider Team and Venom are duking it out a little bit back. Oh, no!
Ooh,
Supermax hits the wall.
Out.
Oh, my goodness. What the heck happened? I'm going to go back on a replay there and see what happened with that.
Yeah, you go back there. I'm going to look at some battles here.
He hit an invisible brick wall in the middle of the track. Oh, that's no good. He's got engine damage. I mean, it's on light damage, so it will sort itself out, but my goodness.
Yep. Meanwhile, in the front, Fuzzy overtakes Nemesis for second place.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
So Fuzzy is coming back after that horrendous start, and he is now going to be battling with Tucho. Now, to give you guys a little bit of insight here, Fuzzy and Tucho, they're friendly rivals more than anything, especially in the league that me and J-Rod and some other members of RWB are in. We're in SFR. These two are battling for a title, and that battle is going to be tomorrow. So they're friendly rivals, but they will race each other.
Oops. Sorry.
Tooth and nail.
Camera problems there. Right inside of Fuzzy's car.
Yeah.
Oh,
now,
and
we got an overtake here.
DNA covers. Wow. Yeah. That was
Meanwhile,
fast.
Trology is battling with J-Rod here for 8th position. Trology is going to be on the outside, and J-Rod is going to be looking for a way to go in, and he does, but cannot get the job done. But they're almost drag racing.
Oh my goodness!
Down
look
the
at this.
Final sector.
Oh, this will be interesting. Oh, J-Rod gets a little bumpy to bump, but that's okay. So the interesting thing is that Corvette wants to be short shifted. All its horsepower is down low. Unfortunately, Trology driving on the controller drives in automatic, so he's not shifting. So you'll notice that car is going to go all the way up the RPM band before it shifts. And so
and sorry to interrupt you, but we have got a battle for the lead still between Tucho and Fuzzy. Take a look at this. They're about to go 3 wide. Nemesis,
I am third
though,
person
he's gonna back
on
off.
that GT. Oh.
Yep, yeah, and just look at how fierce this battle is between DNA and Black Dragon Racing Team at Phoenix 7. This is some good stuff, folks.
Yeah, it is. Oh, these guys are some of the best drivers out there. Oh, look how close they are. We got a Ford GT, the Toyota Supra, and that's a Viper up front.
Yep, all powerhouses when it comes to horsepower.
Here we go. Let's see how this turn works out. Oh, man, these guys are putting on a show.
Look at that. That is awesome. That is a clean racing.
Now, what's happening right now, and I don't think they're all seeing this, look at that gap between Nemesis and Outlaw. It's shrinking. As these guys are battling, Outlaw is closing the gap. Oh, look at that move. Oh, he goes a little too hot in the corner. I think Nemesis forgot where his braking point was. Shot right past them. That might give 1 and 2 a chance to pull away. But
yeah, and they're out of that slipstream, so they are going to start to pull away. Now it's going to be up to Nemesis to kind of finesse that GT through these very technical turns on Sardegna. So let's take a look here.
Oh, look at the battle they're having up front.
And he is starting to gain on Tucho and Fuzzy. Tucho and Fuzzy, they're banging doors.
Yeah, they are.
This is awesome. This is a great race. We're only about 7 or 8 minutes in, and we're getting nothing but action.
No kidding. Wow. Let's go on board inside Fuzzy's car, watching from inside what he sees driving behind this Viper. That big, wide car in front of him. Looks like 12 feet wide when you're in the car. Oh, is this a move?
Yeah. Could this be a move? I don't know. Ooh,
Oh,
Tuco blocks
geez.
a little bit there.
Woo! Look at this. Oh my gosh.
A little bit of contact. But he's got it.
Now, is there anything going on back behind us anywhere that we should be looking at? It looks like
really
Outlaws
don't see a
closed
lot
the gap
here.
by 2 seconds almost.
Yep, I know Venom and Spider Team are kind of battling it out at the moment for 10th position. But other than that, it seems like everybody's just kind of in their own little world. Ooh, Magic Man gets into the wall. That's going to hurt him. Bizzle, meanwhile, looks like he's starting to catch up to Outlaw. So I see a battle coming up here shortly between 4th and 5th.
Yeah, he's barely gaining anything on him. It's like he's outside of the slipstream, so I don't think he's going to be able to suck him in unless Outlaw makes a mistake.
Yep. Meanwhile, Nemesis has closed the gap on Fuzzy and Tucho. He is now about 0.4 of a second away from 1st and 2nd.
Oh, he is sticking his nose in there, trying to see what he can do. Now, if you folks are enjoying this good racing, pay some admission by donating at rwbracing.com/donate. Get yourself over to the Tourette Awareness folks and give them some money for putting on such a great show. All right, let's see.
Absolutely, and guess what's happening? We got Bizzle challenging Outlaw for 4th position.
Oh, he has caught up in that Aston Martin. Now, just a reminder to... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just make a reminder to all the people watching.
Yes.
These drivers are required to run 10 laps total during the race on these soft tires and 10 laps on some hard tires. After that, they can run whatever they want, soft, medium, or hard. So it'll be interesting to see how they go along the race. But all of these drivers are on lap 6 of their soft tires. So,
well, besides 2 drivers,
who are the 2 on the
Venom
hard?
and Supermax are on hard.
Okay.
Now, if I was Max, after that little collision, I would have went to the pits, put on softs, and would have tried to close the gap.
Fuzzy's making a move, and he's going to have the inside corner.
Ooh.
But not to this one and not to the next one. Ah, man. These 2 are duking it out. This is amazing. Meanwhile, Nemesis is just sitting there waiting for them to make a mistake, and he'll just... Whew.
Well, what I think Nemesis is doing, he's using their slipstream to save fuel. This GT, it's very fast, but it shotguns fuel.
Well, you know what? I'm looking at Nemesis' fuel. He's got more fuel than the 2 guys in front, so he's just cruising, saving some fuel. Yeah. That's going to help him for sure.
It is, especially using both Tucho and Fuzzy slipstream. You know, by using that slipstream, you're going to be saving fuel. Ooh, gosh, they're bumper to bumper. Whew.
Man, these guys have not left each other's side for this entire race. 7 laps, and they're just right there. Oh, Nemesis off the track into the grass. Saves it, though. Tuco is covering every corner. He is not giving up anything to these guys.
He is not. He is not. He refuses to give up 1st position.
Now, what's interesting is Outlaw and Bizzle are having a battle now. And Bizzle's in the slipstream. He's going to make a move right here. Oh, no. He knows what he's doing. He's going to work with Outlaw to catch that top pack. So he's going to stay in the slipstream and try to...
It gets a little bit of a bump there for Bizzle going into turn 1, but Nothing.
I think Bizzle's
Nothing
thinking
too
of
major.
helping to push Rusty and get themselves closer
Yep.
to those leaders.
Now,
They can see them.
Sorry to interrupt. We got a battle now for 8th between Trilogy and J-Rod. And we've got a battle still going on for 10th place between Venom and Spider.
Oh, this is great stuff. This is good stuff.
Yep. J-Rod, he is looking to kind of cut underneath Trilogy. He's not going to get it done. Is he going to make the move here coming up to the Church Tower turn?
Look at that.
And
Trilogy is really having a good race so far. I don't think he's made any mistakes. Awesome.
No pun intended, but he's having a ball.
Nice.
I haven't seen anything pop up on our social feed, so folks, if you're watching, leave us a comment. You know, let's talk. If you want to see where a specific person's at, or you want to see times, let me know, and I'll make sure it gets posted on the stream. But I am really
Tuco
fixated.
is slipping away, and look who's going after P2.
It's Nemesis.
Yep.
Going too wide, going into turn 1.
Oh.
And Tucho's going to let him by there. Doesn't want to risk any kind of conflict or collision. You don't want to get punted into the beach.
Right.
Or, you know, end up in the beach. Because I think the last thing they want to be doing is building sandcastles instead of racing.
No sandcastles today.
No, absolutely not.
So Nemesis is closed up on Fuzzy. Basically, he's put himself in between the two. Something must have happened to Tuco and we missed it because he dropped pretty far back, and so he must have had a little bit of a slide or something.
But Tucho's coming back with a vengeance. He is using Nemesis's slipstream
to push themselves.
And I think they're going to be, they're going to be partnering up. They're going to try and catch Fuzzy. Now, a little fun fact for you: Fuzzy races using a controller.
Something must have happened to Outlaw. He has fallen back behind Bizzle and Magic Band.
Yeesh.
So
Can't get a replay on that?
Well, I don't know when it happened. I can only go back 13 seconds.
Yep.
But now Outlaw's got Chompy chomping at his rear end.
There was clearly a pun intended on that.
Clearly. I am a dad, so I get dad jokes awarded.
Yep.
Now Chompy's not gaining a ton on Outlaw. He's still about almost a second behind him. But that Aston Martin's got some straightaway speed and it's showing right now.
Yeah, now, looks like somebody by the name of Normal Potato Trashy. How about RWB Tazine? I've tried reaching out to him on Discord. He would not, he actually just responded about 4 minutes ago. So, unfortunately, the race has started. We cannot red flag it. We're already about 15 minutes in.
Well, you know what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to run down the field here. Oh, wait. Hold on. Tuco just got back by Nemesis.
Wonderful.
Man, look at those tires, man. These guys are drilling these tires. Now, I've noticed that everyone's going to get... Now, these guys are battling a lot. Should be getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 laps on the fuel. That's what we've been seeing in practice and so on. So, hopefully, these guys... can make their tires last as long as they need to. They pulled a pretty decent gap. 1, 2, 3 are only ahead by about 2 seconds, but Bizzle is coming strong. He is showing up in all the pictures now. So don't count this guy out.
No, do not count Bizzle out at all. He is a very, very strong racer in the ESGT series.
And what's interesting is the 4 guys up front now are the 4 guys that started up front in the race. So they've all made their way back to where they, needed to be. As a matter of fact, if Bizzle and Nemesis traded spots, that would be their starting positions. So they definitely have a good gap there, and they've got a full 9 seconds back to the next car. So that first 4-car group is pretty well out there, and they're probably the ones to beat for the race for sure. The Magic
Now,
Man from
Trology
Rockefeller.
and
Oh, okay.
yep,
I'm
and
here.
Trology and Chompy had just went into the pits. So Chompy got rid of his hards. He is now on softs. Trology looked like he pitted on softs. He's refueling at the moment. I'm curious to see what he's going to come out with. He's going to come out with hards.
That was the hards. All right. So
yep, and there goes Grasso and Supermax. Now, Supermax had done a really good job conserving his fuel there versus Grasso. He's got almost double the amount of fuel, and he just finished his hard stint. So,
he's
now,
on now.
Yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong.
All right, so we got our first pit takers, and now Grasso, you said he was on the hards too, or was it just Supermax that
Grasso was on softs.
Okay, so on the softs he goes. So it looks like the only one on hards now is Trology. He's going to go get those things done. Let's see, up front, let's see, Tuco. They've kind of gapped out the cars. 1, 2, 3 are gapped out. You know, let me just run down the order on these cars here. So, in first place we got Fuzzy in his Supra. P2 we've got DNA Tuco in his Viper. Right behind him in the Ford GT is Nemesis from PX7 from Phoenix Racing. And in fourth we've got Bizzle in the Aston Martin. That car's so fast on the straights. It really is a fast car.
It is.
In P5, we got Magic Man from Rockefeller Racing in the Mercedes AMG. Right behind him in another AMG but in the 2011 version is J-Rod. He's in P6. In P7, we've got Venom battling right now. Still, he's got Spider Team who's in P8 right behind him, just following him along. Not letting Venom get away. In P9 is Chompy. Now he's worked his way up. He started in 13th because we had him. He started at the rear, so he's made his way up to 9th thus far. Outlaw now out on fresh set of softs and fuel in the Peterson Corvette. Trology out on his hard tires in the Tourette's Corvette. Getting a little hot through that corner. Supermax in P12, he has gone through his pit, and he got rid of his hard tires, so off he goes. And Grasso holding up the rear of the field in the other Viper, and got a little damage on the front there, but I'm sure it'll be just fine. So that's our field, folks, thus far.
Yeah, so at the moment, looks like Fuzzy's got a pretty comfortable lead there, which I shouldn't say comfortable, because it's about...
Now with all those guys behind him.
Yeah.
You can't make a mistake, that's for sure.
But there's a 3.7 second gap between first and fourth. And then Magic Man, he's holding up the top 5. He's about 10 seconds away from Bizzle. J-Rod's going to go into the pits. I imagine he's going to drop down some. I'm curious to see, is Venom going to pit? He is not. Chompy is not going to pit as well, but Chompy looks to be challenging Venom for 6th position. So Chompy's going to go on the inside, going into turn 1. He's going to try to outbrake Venom, takes the inside, and gets the job done.
He does get it done.
Very clean pass.
Meanwhile, man, Spider Team is still just kind of hanging out there. He's just, I shouldn't have looked at him. Got a little
you
sideways.
Shouldn't have. That was commentator's curse to a T.
Indeed.
Come on,
now,
Chris.
he hasn't pit yet.
he is not.
So he should be going in soon. Venom hasn't pit either, and he's on the hard tires. So, and I think it looks like Spider Team is on the soft tires. So when they go and do their pits, which will likely be together, probably this time around, because Venom's fuel light's blinking. Oh, look who's in the pits. Tuco.
Yep.
Tuco,
Bizzle, Nemesis. All 3 are in the pits. Fuzzy, meanwhile, is going to be staying out, so he is looking to extend that lead by a pretty good margin. It looks like the rest of the top 5 has pit, though. Magic Man just came in as well.
All right, so it'll be interesting to see is who comes out first from the pits, Bizzle or Nemesis. Bizzle's left. Oh, Nemesis passes him in the pits. All right, look at that. That's a move.
It is, but, you know, Bizzle's right there with Nemesis.
Yeah.
So,
he didn't get far.
Smells a battle.
It looks like Magic Man is not far behind them. And Chompy's all the way up to 6th also.
He gained 7 seconds in that pit. Now, he took less fuel than everybody else. Yeah. Yeah, he gained about 6 or 7 seconds on 4th place. But, and that's a big but, he took half a tank of gas versus, you know, Tucho, Nemesis, Bizzle all taking a full tank and staying on softs. Now, Fuzzy's going to have to pull into the pit sooner or later. His tires are clearly worn. He's got very low fuel. I wouldn't be surprised if he pit at the end of this lap.
But he should be diving into the pits now, so it'll be interesting to see where Tuco shows up.
Yep, there he goes into the pits.
Alright, so let's see, Tuco's coming around the final hairpin, and he's got Nemesis in tow. So this will be interesting to see where Tuco comes out. He should come out a couple seconds
I don't
behind.
think he's going to come out. He's going to come out just a few seconds or several seconds.
Is that him that just came out? Oh, he came out way ahead of him.
Just came out.
By 4 seconds. Down to 2.7, so woo, this is gonna be an interesting race. Now Fuzzy took the soft tires, so
yep, everybody else took soft tires. Venom is coming in. He was out of gas. Just got done with his hard stint. So it looks to me like J-Rod's gonna be passing Venom for 8th position. Outlaw, he has climbed his way back up to 7th, Chompy 6th, Magic Man 5th. Now, it looks to me like we got a battle for 3rd place between Nemesis and Bizzle.
Yes, we sure do. We sure do.
We sure do there, sir.
Just easing up. Look, he's in 6th gear. He is saving fuel, just following behind.
And that might be his game plan, you know? Excuse me, folks. That might be his game plan because, I mean, you know, why not? Why not follow 3rd position, save your fuel, stay in that slipstream? I mean, the only thing you got to worry about is just making sure that you are keeping up with Nemesis or whoever you're in front of.
Well, he got a little bit of a gap there. He's just going to fall out of the slipstream here. So we'll see if he can reel him back in. Oh, Nemesis putting on the power. He's barely gaining, if anything, on Nemesis. So he's sort of lost the slipstream. Now, this Aston Martin is supposed to be a lot faster in the straights, but so is that GT, man. I mean, so... Whew. See, if those first 4 are spread out, let's go take a look and see if there's anything else going on around here. There's a couple of...
Well, it looks like we got a battle here for 11th position between Spider Team and Supermax. Supermax is going to be looking to go on the inside and gets past Spider Team with relatively no issues.
Now, Spider Team is on the hard tires right now, and Supermax is on softs, so...
Yes. Now Venom's going to be on his soft tires. He's looking to chase down Trology for 9th position. He's about 3.1 seconds back. He has gained about half a second on Trology. So, you know, I think this will be a battle to look out for later on in the race.
It will. Now, Trology is on the hard tires. He's elected to run those this stint. So That's probably why Venom is closing up on him, because he can't quite get around those corners as quickly. So the that gap should close.
Now, what's interesting to me, we got Chompy here. He's running in 6th position. He's chasing down Magic Man. He has the fastest lap of the race so far. Never mind, it is now Fuzzy, who
Yeah, I
is
was just going to say that just
140.1.
changed. Just when you think you could say it's stat, and then it changes. But he's not finished his lap yet, so let's see what he does. Nope. He was off by a 10th.
0.2.
Almost just under 0.2 slower, so. Not bad for a guy that just showed up an hour before the race to join in and cover as a reserve driver. So, he's doing all right.
Yeah, gotta give props to Chompy.
Yep. So let's see, J-Rod is running in 8th. That's a pretty respectable. He's kind of in no man's land. Like, there's nobody in front of him or behind him, so he doesn't get any slipstream to take advantage of. He doesn't have any fuel-saving advantages like this, unfortunately. But looks like Venom has caught up to Trology now.
Yep, he has. He has. Now let's take a look here, see what's going to happen between Trology and Venom.
If I am riding on board with Venom right now. Looks like he's going to wait until this chicane's over. Oh, or
and
Trology's just going to help him out.
The dirt.
Oh. Well, that'll do that battle. And I see, looks like Supermex is catching up to Trology now. He'll be able to close that gap. Yeah, Trology's struggling on those hard tires. He's probably going to go into the pits and get rid of those things as soon as possible.
Yeah, which I very well would too.
Yeah, easily.
Now, Bizzle is every bit 0.3 of a second away from Nemesis. Nemesis, meanwhile, is starting to catch up to Tucho. He is about a second away. And I seem to have a phone call.
So let's see, Tuco. Oh man, this battle! I'm gonna ride on board with Bizzle and see what he can accomplish here. This corner is rough. That's one of those ones you just got to get right, because it's a medium speed corner, but you got to hold that wall all the way around and then roll all the way out to the guardrail without hitting it. And you do it just right, and it's great. You do it just wrong, it's not so great. Nemesis closing that gap. He's down to 0.8. Bizzle is closing in. He is ready to strike. Ooh, gets in the dirt a little bit.
My apologies there. I had a phone call come up out of nowhere.
That happens.
Yep. Well, when it's your dad calling you, you kind of have to answer it.
You kind of should. Family before racing. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
So look at this. Bizzle in that Aston Martin should be able to close the gap, and there it goes. That gap is shrinking.
Yep, there it goes.
Is he gonna make his move?
He just set the fastest lap of the race as well at a 140.111.
I can see us hitting a 139 at some point in this race with some slipstream here. But he just pushed Nemesis just a little closer. Not by much. He gave him a little nudge to get him a tenth closer, but...
Yeah, now meanwhile, it looks like Fuzzy's in his own little world at the moment. He has built his gap here to about 4.8 seconds, starting to dwindle down a little bit. And looks like he may be approaching lap traffic here later on in the race with V Grasso.
Meanwhile, look at that battle for third rather. That's Bizzle's just kind of sitting there. It's kind of funny when you're looking at these cars. That GT is so low. Like, I can see the Aston Martin while looking straight on from that Ford GT. The top of the car and the wing just stand up. And that GT is so shallow. Awesome.
Yep. Now, we also have a battle here between 5th and 6th. That's going to be Chompy and Magic Man. Looked like Chompy was able to get away, or past Magic Man, I should say, for 5th position, but Magic is not going to be giving up that easy.
No, but Magic Man has to pit, and Chompy does not. So
yes,
remember he pitted. Didn't he pit for the half a tank of fuel to try to get some track position?
He did, and I think it bit him in the butt.
So he'll be pitting now. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe he's short pitting, hoping that counting his laps, he'll be there at the end. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, still Bizzle all over the back of Nemesis.
Yep, taking a look here. What is Bizzle going to do? Looks like he's going to try and make a move. Nope, he wants to back off. Doesn't want to cause any kind of collisions. So, still kind of chilling behind Nemesis there. Now, taking a look as far as fuel, Nemesis actually has more fuel than Bizzle. But Tucho has got a little bit less than both of them.
Yeah, Nemesis
and our race...
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
And our race leader, he's got even less. He's about half a tank. But we've seen in the first stint, Fuzzy can stretch out that full tank of fuel a lot better than anybody else.
Yes, he can. All right, let's take it back here. So Chompy's kind of by himself now. Looks like Outlaw's kind of out there turning those laps. He's got about a quarter tank of fuel left. And let's see, Magic Man, he doesn't have anybody within 10 seconds of him either side. So he is just, that pit kind of put him in no man's land. So we'll see how he gets through that. We still have an hour left of racing, so there's plenty of time to make some decisions. J-Rod now has Venom catching up to him. J-Rod is on those hards, and Venom is on the softs, so it only stands to reason that the Venom will be able to make a move on J-Rod in short order. I'm going to ride on board here with Venom and see how this overtake takes place. Venom on his fastest lap so far.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Bizzle and Nemesis here.
Oh, so J-Rod in the grass and into the wall, and that will he saved it. He just scraped the wall, so that gave Venom the pass right before the final turn. So there we go. So J-Rod falls to 9th. Now Supermax not far back from those guys, but he's only got about another lap of fuel, and then he's going to need to pit maybe 2 laps. We'll see how he does.
Yep.
Astrology. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You keep going on there. I'm trying to watch this action here, and I keep wanting to say stuff, and nothing's happening.
So Trology in the pits in the Tourette Corvette, getting rid of those hard tires, onto the softs. I'm certain, and he should take this thing the rest of the way. Well, not the rest of the way, but like full tank of fuel, just filling that car up. So while we're staring at the Tourette Corvette, folks, remember this is a charity race. Head over to rwbracing.com/donate and donate for a worthy cause. We would really appreciate it.
We would.
Look at this battle with Bizzle.
Nemesis.
He's all over him.
Well, I've been watching him the last few laps. It's not a battle yet. I think what he's doing is pretty much what I called. Stay behind 3rd place, be patient, use that slipstream to your advantage, and then, towards the end of the race, make that move.
Yep.
Now taking a look at our race leader here, he is approaching lap traffic. It looks like it's going to be Grasso that he's going to be passing. So I don't know if this lap traffic's going to cause any kind of major issues, but you never know.
Yep. Well, it could definitely slow him down. He's got, looks like he's got past somebody already. He got past the Tourette car. Maybe he came out in front of the pits, or maybe came out on pits. Let's ride on board with our P1 driver as he comes up on, is that, yeah, Vinny there. So I'm just checking on our, on how our fundraising is going, and nobody's put any money in since the race started. That's a shame. Come on, people, reach in. Let's get some money for these folks.
Grass is going into the pits, so no issues there as far as lap traffic.
Yep. Fuzzy's got almost a 6-second lead over Tuco, so he is just basically showing everybody how this is supposed to happen. Now he hasn't gotten on his hard tires yet, so we'll see how well he can handle that car on the hard tires. But man, look at this battle! Like, Nemesis is probably like, hey, why don't I just let him by so I can save some fuel? Now let's see. Let me look at the fuel situation. They have almost the identical amount of fuel. So Bizzle's not really gaining anything by following behind him, except that he's not losing more fuel than him. And that's about... Oh!
Yep. Ooh, almost almost had us a little wreck there.
Almost. Hey, look who's in the pits. Mr. Outlaw goes in, throws on his hard tires and a full tank of fuel. So he's going to get those things out of the way. Magic Man is still kind of out there.
Bizzle's making the move. He made the move for third.
Oh, I missed it. You know what? Let's
get a replay on that.
I'm gonna go do a replay of that one. So up the hill, they're going under the tire. Oh, he's going inside, and he's gonna take him right there to the inside. That was a good move, and thus the pass has happened. Good job, bud. All right. Oh, we come back to them in the same corner where the pass was made. Perfect. Oh no, different corner. Never mind. I take that back.
Yep, it's a completely different corner.
It looked like the same corner. Okay. So we are 1/3 of the way.
Yeah, but
a little over a
Nemesis going too wide with Bizzle, going into the first turn, retakes third.
Wow. He's like, I'm not letting you have that. Oh, but Bizzle's not giving up. Is he going to stick his nose in there? No, he's going to wait.
No. Now, Tucho is approaching Trilogy in the Tourette's Corvette. And I'm curious to see how this is going to pan out.
Well, let's ride on board with Tuco and see how this works out. Trilogy is a little late on entering the apex of that corner. So Tuco should be able to draw him in by the end of this long straight, if not sooner. And Trilogy is just going to stay inside and smartly let him through. He's not going to let him take it easily.
Weird.
Yep. So that blue flag y'all see waving there on the screen. The blue flag is to let the drivers that are behind the leaders know that the leaders are coming up to them. And so they should yield the spot to them. Not pull over and move out of the way, but just don't fight them for those corners, you know. Let them, because they're typically in battles. Speaking of that, let's ride on board with Bizzle. He is probably going to make a pass on this straight. He's right there. And is he going to push him, or is he going to... No, he's going to push him.
Yep.
Going to try to use that slipstream and team up. One more little bump and then lay off.
Now it looks like we got a battle for 10th place between Spider Team and Mex. Now they are starting to approach some, they're going to be dealing with the lead lap cars. Looks like it's going to be Fuzzy.
Whoa!
The Spider Team lets Mex through.
Flies right by. Well, you know what? They're being shown a blue flag right now, letting them know that the leaders are coming by. And so, maybe Spider Team was thinking that he needed to yield the spot to Super Mex because he was the lead car. But also, Spider Team has been known to be a very polite... as he just pulls over to get out of the way. Yeah, he's a little too polite of a racer. I guess is the way to put it. And
Right.
and he just gets out of the way. All right, let's see.
But I see a
Nemesis.
big group of cars here. Looks like Trology is going to be dealing with Nemesis and Bizzle as they're duking it out for third. But
Oh, look at
Nemesis
that.
gets it to the grass. Bizzle's going to pass him for third position.
Oh, well, yeah, look at Nemesis's tires. They are way worse than Bizzle's, so he doesn't have as much to work with.
No, not at all.
Tell you what, why don't you keep an eye on that? I'm just going to run the order down really quick, while we look at things. See something pop up, let me know. So up in first place,
Okay.
with 45 minutes to go, we've got Fuzzy about coming up on some lap traffic. So Fuzzy running out first in the Toyota Supra. DNA Tuco in P2 in the Viper. Bizzle out in P3 currently. He and this guy, Nemesis, have been changing spots back and forth for the last few laps. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Chompy running in 5th position in the other Aston Martin. Magic Man in the AMG out in P6. Not far behind him, we got Venom in the other Viper. He's running in P7. Outlaw running in the Peterson Corvette, running in P8. J-Rod in the detailing group Mercedes, currently in P9. Supermex P10 in his Mercedes. And right behind him, he's got the leader showing up, so he's going to have to deal with him momentarily. Trology in the Team Tourette Corvette, sitting in between the leader sandwich, and so is Spider Team, who is in that orange McLaren. He's about to get passed, and that's going to happen now.
Yep.
And V Grasso
Very
in
good
our
move.
last one. And look who just goes into the pits.
Yep. Now
Fuzzy
Tucho's going to be taking the lead.
That'll be the first time in this race that he's been up front, so Fuzzy gets tires, throws on hard tires, and 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Bizzle.
Yep. Now, I do need to correct you there. Tucho was leading the race early on.
That is correct. You're right. He did. I forgot about that. All right. So the leaders of all pit, they remain in P1 through 4. Well, actually, Tuco is going to have to pit next lap around, and then they will all pit.
Yeah.
Chompy's
Earl
about
McNulty on YouTube saying, "Nice looking cars out there."
There are some pretty great looking
absolutely.
cars.
Yeah, we've got some nice cars. Now, little fun fact for you: these were all designed by the drivers themselves.
Yep, most of them were. This one we're looking at right now, Chompy's, I actually designed for him this morning. He did not have one because he was a reserve driver, so I put a little something together. I kind of stole from our last race and made him one with different colors. And so, but that's it. Everybody else made their own.
Yep. Chompy now is in 4th position, chasing down Nemesis.
Wow. And
Bizzle, meanwhile, has dropped back to 5th because
he is on the hard
he's
tires.
on hard tires. Yeah.
And now Tuco should be coming into the pits here right now. So let's see what kind of tires he throws on this car. If he's smart, he'll do the hards while one of the other leaders was in hards. So we'll see what happens when he comes out of there. So Fuzzy coming down the straight should pass him up. And he does. Nemesis is getting ready to come past the pit lane entrance. So Tuco is probably going to pull out about the same time. So let's see how this is working. And he does. He comes out in front of Nemesis. So he keeps his 2nd place spot. But he's going to be on those hard tires. So I don't expect him to keep it very long. Because Nemesis is on a fresh set of soft tires. So I don't think Nemesis has done his hard tires yet, right?
He is not, and I was going to say, this is where the battles are going to get pretty interesting because everybody's on different pit strategies. We're seeing a lot of people here that are just racing on softs. They're probably going to switch to the hards at the end of the race. So it's going to be pretty neat to see how all of this pans out towards the end.
Yep. So look who's in P2 now. So up to P2 as Nemesis makes the pass on Tuco, which is to be expected. I mean, these guys are so fast that every tenth of a second makes a difference, and those hard tires are just going to be difficult to deal with. But Nemesis is going to have to run them too. So look at that. Chompy is chomping at the bit. He's on the fastest lap right now.
Yeah, Chompy right now, he has definitely impressed me so far, you know, especially coming from 13th, and now he's potentially going to be fighting for third, maybe second position, or first.
Yep. Let's see, let's take a look here. So Bizzle on those hard tires has dropped back to 5th. Venom is about to go in the pits. I think he's going to run out of gas. It says he's empty. And there it goes. He just ran out of fuel. He's going to coast into the pits. No, he's right at the pit lane, so he did it perfect.
Oh, thank goodness.
So he was on the soft tires. Let's see what he switches to here. He's going to have to put a lot of gas in there. Interesting to see where he comes out. Now, currently he's about 40 seconds behind the leader. We got 40 minutes to go. We're about halfway through. Or we are halfway through. Past the halfway mark, I should say. So he's going to come out on tops. Full tank of gas. Off he goes. Magic Man's about 11 seconds ahead of him. And Magic Man's about 4 seconds behind Outlaw, but he's catching Outlaw. Outlaw's on the hard tires right now, so he's not going to be able to pull away from him. So probably in the next, I'd say, couple of laps or so, Magic Man should catch Outlaw. Magic Man, he did his hard tires, right? But he did that like half a tank of fuel and hard tires, didn't he?
I believe he has.
Yeah,
I think he's already done his hard stints.
Yep. So...
Now, aren't they supposed to use medium tires as well?
Nope. The only required tires is 10 on the hards and 10 on the softs. And then they can switch to mediums if they wanted to. So, you know, while we're looking at this, if you want to do me a little favor and just check our different stream channels, make sure everything still looks like it's working okay. I'll just kind of run down the cars as we go. There's Fuzzy in P1. Nemesis up to P2 now after his tires. Chompy up in P3, but he's got Tuco all over him. Tuco's caught up to him. Tuco's on those hard tires that he's got to run for 10 laps. So we'll see if he can. Actually, I think Chompy actually got past Tuco. I don't think Tuco's going to catch up to him. We'll see how that goes. Bizzle is down to 5th place at the moment. Outlaw up to 6th in that Corvette, running those hard tires, and Magic Man is not far behind him, only about 3 seconds. So he's closed a little bit of a gap on him. So we'll see how that plays out as they go. In P8, we've got Venom. J-Rod is in P9, so as the race goes, he's gained 1 position during the course of the race. Or no, actually, he's in the same spot he was before, pushing that detailing group Mercedes around the track. Supermex in the other AMG, just a few years newer, not far behind him in the Colonial Life Tourette Mercedes. Trology in the Tourette Corvette. Currently running in 11th, struggling with the car right now. I'm hoping he's not having tick issues and that Tourette's not affecting him too terribly while he's driving. So hang in there, bud. Keep it going. Gotta say that. And in case I didn't mention it, this driver here, he's actually my son. So I'll just say he's a 20-something, and he been struggling with this for a lot of years, but he's getting through it. So keep it up, boy. In P12, Grasso out there. And back in 13th, not far behind him, is only McLaren out on the track today. It's Spider Team. So everyone's there. How's everything looking on our technical side there, mister?
Technical side, everything is looking great. I am listening to two gorgeous commentators. So, no, in all seriousness, though, everything is looking great. I don't see a bit of choppiness.
Perfect.
So
that YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're on all three today. So hopefully it's streaming well enough.
Yep. I know we had a couple technical difficulties with the streaming being a little bit choppy, but we were able to catch that early enough and fix it, so it's looking good. Looking good, my guy.
All right. Thank you. So it looks like everything is pretty spread out. It looks like, let's see, what's going on here? Who is this? Well, I'm going to skip through everybody. Here we go. Okay, so there is Spider Team and Vinny Grasso are the ones that are the closest out together on the track at the moment. I love the look of that McLaren. Man, those McLarens are pretty looking cars.
They are. They're gorgeous.
I take a time to do a shameless plug for our RWB Racing group on some of the events that we do. On Monday nights, we have a karting league, so you can come by and check that out. All the information I'm talking about is on our website, rwbracing.com. It's also on our Facebook page, /RWB Racing. There's links to all of those things on our Facebook page or on our website. Let's see, Tuesday, Gentlemen's Tuesdays, hosted by none other than this guy right here, RWB J-Rod. So he hosts the Gentlemen's Tuesday Challenge. We're at week 48 now. We've done every week for 48 weeks.
Week 50.
The longest running series we have.
We're nearing the 1 year mark.
Yep.
Which is amazing in this group. I mean, we hit the 1 year mark with SF back in November 1st, I believe.
Yep. But his is the longest consistent running every week event.
It is.
If you want to, it's all
into the pits.
Oh, okay. It's all N-spec cars. And picks out different ones, and it's a lot of fun. This week's is going to be some supercars. I'm driving the McLaren P1. There's some other cars that are going to be in there as well, so that'll be good. And then on Wednesdays, I don't think we have anything going at the moment. Or Thursdays. Thursdays we should be doing some Group 3 racing, but I think it's on hold with all the holidays coming up. And then Friday nights we got you doing Group C cars. That's always fun.
Yep.
And then we have Saturday, today, after this race, well, about 4 hours after this race, is the RWB World GT Cup. So that's hosted by this guy right, where is he? Yeah, there he is. Venom. RWB Venom and RWB Igorski are brothers and teammates here in RWB, and they're putting on the World Cup race, which is later this afternoon. So that's fun. You can join that. So there's lots of fun stuff to do. So come by and check us out. And of course, we are doing this as a charity event. So folks, get your wallets out, get your credit cards out, and head to rwbracing.com/donate. You will be forwarded to the secure site at the Tourette Awareness group right on their donation page. 100% everything goes to them. So please go there.
We do not see a penny of it.
Not a penny.
Not a penny.
See, I'm going to go check it right now and see kind of where we are.
Okay.
We are at... Whoa, look at that. We are up to $500 now. Woohoo!
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We got some people
Love it.
donating. I will
I'm
say,
glad to hear.
yep, I will say that there was a glitch. The Tourette Association of America has a group that does the collecting for them. They were supposed to have a little ticker for me that I can keep running, but for some reason they're having a glitch with it, so I couldn't get that information. So, way to go, people! That's $500 raised so
Yes.
far. Let's keep that going. That's wonderful. Way to go. So, that's $150 so far since the race started. So,
Yeah,
all
that's
good,
great.
all good things. Let's see. So it looks like everyone's kind of spaced out pretty well. Chompy up to third now, pretty steady. He's running on the same fuel strategy. It looks like. Oh, I didn't notice this. Fuzzy's on the hard tires.
Yeah, he has been on the hard tires for quite some time.
Yeah, I just realized that. I forgot that he did that. So he's still maintaining that lead. Nemesis on the soft
He is,
tires.
but it's starting to dwindle a little bit now, mind you. Last time I checked, he was about 7 seconds ahead of Nemesis. It's now down to about 3.3 seconds of a gap. Chompy, meanwhile, looks to be closing the gap also on Nemesis. It is now down to about 2.3 seconds and is slowly coming down.
Yep, now, Nemesis and Chompy are both on the soft tires. Chompy's are a little worse for wear, and he's got significantly less fuel, so Nemesis should be able to carry him all the way to Chompy's pit without being passed if he plays his cards right. The interesting part is I don't think Nemesis and Chompy have done their hard tires yet. So that gap that Fuzzy has, while it is shrinking, Fuzzy will come out after his next pit, which probably in the next couple of laps. He'll come out on those soft tires. So don't be deceived, folks. It is not over yet. Yeah, look at that. Chompy's closing up that gap. Let's see, where's Tuco at? Let's see, he's kind of out here by himself. He's on those hard tires also. He's getting those out of the way. So, I'm so excited. I almost want to skip ahead 20 minutes just to see where all these cars are going to be when they get through all their pit stops.
I know. It's going to be so exciting.
Yep. Bizzle, he's slowly gaining on Tuco, and he's also on the hard tires. When I say slowly, like hundredths of a second here, a hundredth of a second there. So these guys are driving these cars to the absolute limit on these hard tires. Like, each of them keep making these little sliding moves as they go a little too hot into the corners. They're making use of every bit of grip these tires have. Let's see, Magic Man. What's Magic Man doing here? Let's see.
Magic Man's doing alright. He's in his own little world at the moment. He's about 15 seconds ahead of Venom and about 28 seconds behind Bizzle. Bizzle, meanwhile, though, he is on the hard tires. He's got significantly less fuel than Magic Man. Every bit about a quarter tank difference.
Yep. Oh, all these pit strategies make it hard for us to try to figure out who we think is going to be where.
Yeah, now it looked like Outlaw just pitted maybe a few laps ago, because he is now on soft tires, got 3/4 of a tank of fuel, and might start to gain on Venom. Venom, meanwhile, he's on softs, but he's got about half a tank.
Yep.
So I sees a battle coming up later on, as always.
You do. And it looks like Outlaw got around J-Rod because he seems to be pulling away from J-Rod, from everything I can tell.
Yep. Now, for all the viewers here, you've seen all the cars. You've seen how they look. Now tell me, which one has the best delivery? You can comment either on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. I could pull up any kind of social media comment, and I can post it right here on the stream. So let me know what your favorite livery, or what your favorite car is in terms of livery.
There you go.
Now, meanwhile, Fuzzy is going to be going into the pits, as well as Nemesis and Chompy. Chompy out of fuel. Nemesis has about 25% left, Fuzzy 4%. But Fuzzy can now go back to the soft tires. So, Nemesis, I wouldn't be surprised if him and Chompy both took hard tires. Tucho, meanwhile, is going to be taking the lead here, but he's still on the hards.
Yep.
Bizzle, oh, I thought he was going to come out in second, and there goes Nemesis in hard tires. Chompy's going to stay on the soft.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Bizzle is duking it out here with Nemesis, but he's going to have to go into the pits here. I imagine at the end of this lap or the next one, depending on how well he can stretch that little bit of fuel he has left.
And he's on the hard tires, and so is Nemesis. So, but Bizzle's got nice warm hard tires and no fuel, so he's got a lighter car. So he should be able to keep his spot there. Now Fuzzy's come out on the soft tires. Tuco's still on the hards, so Tuco's going to have to pit eventually. Oh my gosh, this trying to do all the math and figuring out who's going to be where is just, this almost as much fun being the commentator trying to sort it out than it is for the drivers.
It is. It is. I am having a blast commentating this race.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to be in the race.
Oh, I would too. Trust me, I'd race it. But OM Auto saying woohoo on YouTube. You guys might have seen that comment there already. I sent it through, so like I said, let's keep the comments coming, guys. Let's talk. Let's have some fun.
Yep. And for those of you again who've already donated today, listening to us on whatever platform, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, those who are donating, it really, really helps. So appreciate that. My voice is starting to go a little bit. Getting too excited on some of these.
Yep. And there goes Bizzle into the pits with no fuel. But he is done with his hard tires, so he can go back to softs.
One of our two Aston Martins. I really love that livery. I mean, look how beautiful that was done.
Like, Bizzle's gorgeous.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous livery. I don't know how he got that two-tone Aston Martin to look like that, but just, I know he didn't make that livery. I believe somebody made it for him. So we shall see. All right, looks like Magic Man is going to catch right here to Bizzle. Now let's see, Bizzle went on the soft tires. Magic Man's already on the soft tires. Now Magic Man has a quarter tank of fuel and some fairly worn tires, so he should be able to make some use of that here, but he'll have to pit soon.
Yeah.
But Bizzle's not an easy guy to get around.
Sorry to interrupt here. I got a comment. I'm getting ready to send it through. Somebody has mentioned what their favorite liveries are, and it looks to be Fuzzy and Magic's.
Fuzzy and Magic. All right. Well, well, here is Magic's that we're looking at. So let's just get a better look at this thing here. We'll use a different camera angle that lets us kind of focus on the car a little bit more. So there's Magic Man, and then Fuzzy's, right?
Fuzzy's.
Let's take a look at Fuzzy's Toyota. I like the little teardrops on the side of
and we got a battle for third. Sorry to interrupt there. We got a battle between Chompy and Nemesis.
Yes, we do.
Chompy just passed Nemesis for third position.
Yep, but now Nemesis is on the hard tires, so how he's going to approach this, I don't know if he's going to be able to. Look at that! Whoa! Good golly, that was
tight.
A
little loose. They both made it stick.
I'm going to mark that. I want to watch that again. I marked it. We'll watch that replay again. Let's see if Nemesis has anything for him these next couple corners. But Nemesis just licked that stamp and sent it in there. I didn't think he was going to make those hard tires stick like that. Let's go back.
Now, speaking of sending it, you do that. I'm watching Fuzzy here closely. He's starting to gain on Tucho.
Oops, I need to go back a little further. Hang on 1 second. Let's try this again. So, all the way to the outside, dives across there. Oh man, that was crazy. He's going to try to make those tires work. All right, where are we at? You're up at Fuzzy?
Yeah, I'm at Fuzzy. He is shaved off every bit of half a second on Tucho.
We'll drive on board with Fuzzy inside to get a cool view of this race car. Oh, he's closed the gap all the way down. There's going to be an overtake. I can see this being an overtake. What tires is Tuco on? Is he on the hards? I think he's still on the hards.
He is on hard tires.
Yeah. There,
And Chicho's going to be going into the pit.
Into the pits he goes. All right, so let's do a lap with Fuzzy inside the car and just watch him perform these laps. I mean, he's doing so well. So he's into turn 1 here, right down to the apex, on the gas, holding it there. I don't know if you're watching this camera view I am from inside the car, but watch the steering wheel. Like, all the movements he makes are just nice and smooth. They're not like jerky movements or anything like that. Everything is back and forth, nice and smooth.
Yeah,
got nobody in his rear view.
Like I said earlier, what makes it interesting, he races on a controller.
How's he doing that?
He's just, he's crazy good with it.
Yeah, I guess. Now he's on a purple lap right now. He's on the fastest lap through the first sector. Let's see if he can keep this going all the way through. The next timing lap is going to be just after
the 1 minute
this
40 mark.
Can he? I hope so. That'd be fun to see. He's coming up on the next time loop right here. Yeah, he is 0.05 of a second faster than the fast lap. And if he maintains that, that will give him the fast lap. That'll put him at 139.980 something. Come on. Oh, he got a little loose coming off there, but here we go. Yep. Don't let off the gas.
While you're doing that, I'm taking a look here at a battle for 11th position between Trilogy and Spider Team. Now, he's got some lap traffic here from the likes of Bizzle. Bizzle, meanwhile, is going to get past him. Spider Team got to the wall. And, yeah, that... very unfortunate.
I am on board with Trilogy right now. By the way, Fuzzy didn't make that fast lap. He was off by about 2/10. That final corner, he got a little... Oh, Spider Team in the wall back there. Oh, that's a shame. What tires is he on? He's on the soft tires, but... Now, it looks like... Who's that? Is that Bizzle coming up on Trilogy?
It looks like it.
Trilogy is a lap down from Bizzle, so Trilogy's just going to leave him the spot, as he should, and off he goes. Perfect.
Yep. Right. Now we got another battle brewing for 7th position between Magic Man and Outlaw, our fearless leader.
All right. On board with Outlaw in the third-person view, watching from behind. Let's just see what... Well, look at that. Takes all the way up to Magic Man. Closed the entire gap at that corner, just under braking. So let's see if he can make a move here, as Outlaw is going to try to get 7th position away from Magic Man. Now, these guys race together often because Outlaw also races with the Rockefeller guys at times. So it'll be interesting to see.
He was formerly with them.
He's giving them a little bit of a push there to try to help get them a little further on. I love the look of those Corvettes. They're beautiful. Oh, here he goes. On the outside of Magic Man.
Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? He's keep it to the outside. He wants that inside line going into this very sharp, almost kind of a hairpin-like turn. Yep. So is he going to outbreak Magic Man? Looks like he is going to get it done.
And up
Good work.
Up to 7th place. Nice going, Outlaw. Getting her done.
Yep, but I've raced with Magic Man many times, and I know he's not going to let that slide. He's going to work his magic. Oh, Outlaw gets it to the grass.
Oh, but he saved it. Well, you know what? Now that I look at it, now I see why Outlaw was able to get around him. Magic Man's on those hard tires.
He is, but he is actually, he's kind of gaining on Outlaw here, using his slipstream. So I wonder if he's going to attempt an overtake here at turn 1.
Now, I thought Magic Man already did the hard tires.
That's what I thought. Maybe he split them up. Maybe did 5 laps here, and now he's doing his 5 laps.
That's a good point.
You know, now. Ooh, Outlaw getting a little...
I don't know. He took that pretty great.
Erratic.
He just like... Yeah, but I think he was trying to just get like a run, and he did. Look how far he pulled away.
Yeah, that was a top job.
Yeah, that was pretty great. So Outlaw up to P6 in the Peterson Communications Group Corvette. Let's see, where is our detailing group car at? There he is in P9. There's J-Rod. See, how's Fuzzy doing up there? He just got around somebody. Was that Supermax? I think he put Supermax a lap down. By the looks of things.
Looks to me like it was. Yep, it was Supermax. Which I gotta give Supermax props for that livery. That is a nice looking Mercedes.
Yeah, he did a pretty nice job on this. What position he's? We'll get to take a look at that thing.
He's in 10th.
Yep. There he is.
Magic
I like
Man's
that
gonna go
shiny
into
blue.
the pits. Sorry to interrupt.
It's all right. Let's go take a look at Magic Man there in the pits, and he comes out. So he just gets fuel, full tank, and soft tires. So I think he's thinking he's gonna take this thing the rest of the way. So,
yep.
In fact, now that we think about it, we got only 16 minutes left in this race. So let's take a look at these cars. Let's just start from the front here. Fuzzy's definitely going to have another pit before this event's over. Chompy as well. Nemesis and Nemesis on the hard tires still. And Tuco. So all of them are... Tuco might actually be able to... Yeah, he might actually be able to carry this the rest of the way. Because we've only got about 15 minutes left, 16 minutes left. So that's about 8-9 laps, and you get about 15 out of about 12 to 15 out of a tank. So he's really close.
Yeah, he might be able to stretch it.
He might be able to. Now, whether he's going to be competitive stretching those tires out that far, I don't know. So we shall see. But he's 25 seconds back from Fuzzy. If Fuzzy has to pit again, which he will, that pit minimum just for fuel, I think, is close to 20 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see where these guys put out. Looks like Outlaw is into the pits from P6 in the Peterson vet. So let's see, is Venom going to get past him? And he does.
Looks like Venom is.
Yep, and Magic Man may even get by him out of this. Let's just see here.
Take a look. Take a look. And it's going to be close, but Outlaw's going to be coming out in front of Magic Man.
Yep.
With about a 1 second gap, 1.3.
Yeah, not a lot of space, but he's on soft tires. He's got fuel to go the distance, and Magic Man's got the fuel and tires to go the distance. So these two are going to be duking it out for the next 14 and a half minutes. So we'll see how. We got to keep an eye on these two as we go through the race. Somebody's in the pits now. Who's that in the pits?
Looks to be
Grasso. Okay. All right. So Fuzzy, Chompy, Nemesis, and Tuco up in the fourth. The first three definitely have to pit. I honestly don't think Tuco is going to try to go the distance on that. I mean, maybe he will. But
well, I think it's possible. Let's just say.
Yeah, we don't get to see what his fuel gauge says to him, how many laps he has left. So, and the tires are not terrible, but another 10 laps on them, it's going to be a challenge. But he's right there with Nemesis. Here's my theory. He's probably going to pit when Nemesis does, right? But he won't have to take nearly as much. Well, actually, they both have. Yeah, he won't have to take as much fuel, and Nemesis is on the hard tires, so that'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on
now,
that.
what I'm really curious about: did Chompy start on hards? Because I don't think he's done his hard stints yet, so he's gonna have to pit pretty soon to get those 10 laps out of the way.
You know what? It might be wise. I mean, I did mention it to him. It might be wise to we message him and let him know that he's okay. Fuzzy in the pits. So here we go. He's gonna get all his fuel. Looks like Chompy's gonna take him there. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I hope Chompy pit and got those tires.
No, I think he did towards the beginning of the race.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he's all the way up in first position as a result. I mean, he's a good driver and all, but
he is an extremely fast driver.
Well, maybe
so,
if anybody watching this happens to remember us talking about it, let us know. Definitely need to know if that happened or not. He's still going to have to pit before the end of the race, so maybe he's going to do the hard tires at the end if he hasn't done them yet. I don't know, but he's definitely trying to get around Supermex here.
Yep, which he does with relative ease. Looks like Josh Monfort commented on a Facebook stream. At least I caught some of the race. Yeah, I mean, we got a 90-minute race here going on. We're about 11 minutes, 40 seconds away from the finish. So it's been action-packed. You know, you could see the whole race here after it gets done streaming on the Facebook page or on our YouTube at RWB Racing.
Ooh, Fuzzy goes off the track a little bit in the second to last
now
turn.
Did I miss something? Because DNA Tucho is now in third, but gets into the grass a little bit.
Well, he hasn't pit yet, and neither has Nemesis. A Chompy into the pits. Here he goes. Let's see, what is he gonna do?
He's got his tires.
Maybe he's listening to the stream and just heard us and is like, oh crap, I didn't do those. So we'll see what he does. He only gets a little bit of fuel, splash and dash, and he comes out on the softs with enough fuel to go the right distance. Looks like Fuzzy's got the fuel to go. DNA has the fuel to go. And Nemesis is probably going to be a little short on fuel. But he's on the hard tires. I expect he's probably going to get those done and then and do a little splash. But you need about a half a tank of fuel from this point. And Tuco has it. So does Chompy and Fuzzy. So we'll see how it plays out. Now Bizzle, let's see. He's not too far back. He's about 20 seconds back, and he's going to have to pit for fuel and tires before this is over as well. So I don't think he's going to be a player in the for the podium position. So it'll be interesting. Now maybe Mr. Co-race steward, maybe you could, if you want to look back through the stream and see, make sure that Chompy did those tires. Perhaps we can find that out before the race is over.
Yeah, Josh Montfort saying, and the GT is horrid on fuel. That it is. You got to really know when to short shift this car. It's weird because you could drag out the gears and get plenty of power, or you can short shift it and get, you know, just as much power. It's funky. Definitely a funky car.
Yep. Now I'm watching Outlaw right now. He's on his best lap as it is. He's about 3 seconds back from Venom with 9 seconds to go to trying to pull in that 6th place spot. He's got Trology in between.
Oh, we got a correction here from MOP Racer. Chompy did start on hards.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Thank you for the correction there, MOP.
Yep. Thanks, MOP. Yep. Chompy's with MOP, right? So maybe that's...
No, he's with Renegade.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
You know what? I
like
seem to think I remember him saying him starting on hards at the beginning of the race. Now that
I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm glad somebody corrected us. You know, that's cool. So I think driver of the day right now has got to go to Chompy. I mean, starting from the very back.
Second?
Yeah, last a second. Yeah, that's. He's doing
Now,
pretty darn good.
he's gonna. It looks like he should be able to make the rest of the race on the fuel he has, and he's on a purple lap right now. So he's not saving fuel. He is going for it, and he's got the fastest lap of the day. He's got a 140. Now let's see if he can get across the line. I'm just riding on board with him. Let's see him cross this line. I want to see him. Oh, look at that! Fuzzy just set a 139.7.
Oh, wow.
Oh!
Fuzzy! Chompy 139.782.
Only 5/100ths of a second slower than Fuzzy's fast lap. These guys are putting it to work, man. Woo!
Now, I did send out a comment here, MOP. I was curious myself. I went and looked back, but it makes sense seeing where he started. Now, Joey Cannoli was supposed to be with us today, but his wheel had tragically died on him. Says, great race, guys. Cannoli watching from the sidelines, frowny face. Great job.
Joey Cannoli,
Thanks,
he was supposed to be in this race, and his entire steering assembly died on him. And we all saw the pictures from the surgery. It didn't go well. And
it didn't. It was a tragic death.
It was. That wheel has never seen better days than that. So
yeah, I wonder if he gave it a funeral and had his own little eulogy.
There you go. Yeah. So Spider Team was the reserve. I'm sorry. Venom was the reserve. No, I'm sorry. Spider Team was the reserve driver that took his spot. Yep. Venom was the reserve driver that took PX7 Rodrigo's spot. He had something that made it so he couldn't race today. So, whew. Wow, 139.7. That is so fast in a BOP car on this track.
It is. It's amazing to see. Josh Montfort, poor Cannoli. yeah, I felt bad for him.
Looks like, so now Chompy has run a 139 the last 3 laps. Fuzzy has run 139, very low 140s the last 3 laps. Even if there were 10 laps left to go, and unless Fuzzy makes a mistake, there's no way Chompy would catch him, right? So it looks like it's Fuzzy's race to lose right now, as he just puts.
But you know what? Hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta stop you.
Stop me.
Have you ever heard a commentator's curse?
Yes. And I didn't mean to do it.
we're gonna cut this off right now.
Okay, I'm all done. So Fuzzy up in a P1. I'm just gonna run down the order while we got a couple last left. Fuzzy is in P1. Chompy in P2. In P3 we have DNA Tuco. All these guys are driving fantastically. Nemesis in P4 from Phoenix. Bizzle into P5. So looks like he might be able to make it the rest of the way here. Venom in P6, but right behind him, charging strong, is the Peterson Corvette of RWB Outlaw. So keep an eye on that one while I run through the order and see if we see anything happening there. Magic Man from Rockefeller in P8 as he gets by and laps the Tourette car. J-Rod in the detailing group Mercedes into P9, basically right where he started. In P10 we got Supermax in the pits for his last time. Trology in the Team Tourette Corvette in P11. Spider Team in the 650S McLaren in P12, and V Grasso in the Viper in P13. So that's our lineup as we come through. So
now Earl McNulty commented on YouTube, Joey has had a hard time with equipment and network. Poor dude. He's fast though. That he is. You know, I tried getting him into a GTC 1 race at SFR, and I don't think he did it. I think he was scared that he was going to beat everybody and then some.
Yeah. All right, I'm doing a little bit of housekeeping here on the network side of things, making sure everything is looking good here, folks. So I'm going to let you watch Fuzzy race around the track for just a moment while...
Yep. And Chompy right now, he is on a purple lap. He is on a purple lap.
All right, let's watch him. He's coming in the final corner too. So let's watch his chase cam as he goes through there.
Going into the straights. Is he going to do it? 36, 37, 38, 39. No! But he still holds the fastest lap at 139.5.
Wow, that's crazy.
Nemesis, meanwhile, looks like he's going to stretch out his fuel for the rest of the race.
It looks to be that way.
Yep.
Excuse me. All right. Oh, he's hitting another purple sector. He just keeps... Well, he's only going to go faster and faster as the fuel wears out. All right, so let's see. Let's look at this timing here. So we got a minute 40 left. It's about a minute 40 per lap. So this time when Fuzzy comes across the line will be the last lap.
Yes.
Because, so yeah. So that'll be good. Let's see, where is he timing? He's going across some timing. He's about a tenth off. It looks like he might be trying to save a little bit of fuel.
Yep. Now I'm going to do a couple shameless plugs here. Because I do want to thank all the high-profile teams that came out and raced with us. Starting with Black Dragon Racing Team. I'm a member of BDRT on another account, which they're devoted to diversity and equality. You know, we'll race with anyone, regardless of, you know, genders, sexes, ages, you know, anything of that sort. Do want to give a shout out to Renegade. They're some of the best racers I've been with or raced against. DNA is just an insanely fast league. They're always near the top of the leaderboards, whether it be Tucho, J-Mag, Hoodie, anybody in that group. Phoenix 7, who has, you know, team members that are World Tour drivers, with the likes of Def Sun, Windfire, and several other members. John, PX7 Grove. So, huge thanks to Phoenix 7 coming out racing with us, as well as Middle of Pack Racing, which they're mainly with the SGT, but they were gracious enough to come race with us today. RR, Rockefeller Racing, they're devoted to chronic pain, anxiety, any of those kinds of conditions. So I'm assuming once they heard what we were racing for, they were in on it. So yeah, huge thank you to all these teams that came out and raced with us today.
Fuzzy is coming across the final corner. He's about to take it. About to take the win for the first ever Tourette Charity Drive 2020. Fuzzy.
Yep, with Black Dragon Racing Team. Here comes
Congratulations,
Fuzzy
buddy.
RS.
Woohoo!
There he is, taking first place. Chompy with Renegade, coming from last to second place.
Out of fuel, too. He ran out of fuel across the line.
Yep, and Tucho's going to be running out of fuel here shortly.
Way to go,
and he
guys.
comes across in third. Nemesis is going to be finishing here. Looks to be in fourth. Bizzle's going to be finishing in 5th, Outlaw 6th, Venom 7th, Magic Man 8th, J-Rod 9th, Supermex 10th, Trology 11th, Spider Team 12th, V-Grasso 13th.
Now look at this. Nemesis is going to come across the line with almost no fuel as well. We can't really see him because that Viper's in the way.
Yep.
There we go. And Bizzle coming around the final corner, and he will be almost out of gas too. All these guys nailed it on their fuel strategies. So congratulations to our top 5 guys. Woohoo! What a race, guys. What a race. Holy mackerel. Let's get that victory flowers there. Way to go, BDRT's driver Fuzzy wins the first ever Tourette charity drive. Congratulations. Man, we got to get these guys into this
Whew.
room. I'm going to bring up a little something here. So Fuzzy was first. Chompy, let me just bring up our race results here just to make sure I got it. Yep, and Tuco win it. So I'm going to bring up here a little podium here for our winners. Congratulations, guys. Let's see if we can't get those boys to come in here and share what they wanted to do. Look at all these, everybody's posting up on the social media. What a race. Holy cow. That was so much fun to watch. Honestly, what's great driving, right?
Yep. So we got to bring in our podium drivers. I do want to bring someone else in. I think we should bring in Nemesis.
Yeah.
Or Bizzle, one of the two.
We can do that. Wow, what a race, you guys.
Actually, let's bring in Outlaw. I meant to interview him earlier.
Yep. Let's see if we can get them in there. Are you messaging them?
There we go.
There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see if we can get them in here for an interview. Give them a chance to talk about the teams they race for, and so on. But let's get. I see Chompy's in there, but we got to get our first place guy the chance to get in here. So we're just gonna wait for Fuzzy to jump in here with us. I see we got Tuco and Chompy are in here. You just guys hang in there a second.
I'm putting up some comments here. Arthur Enrique Costa, who is Tucho, said great race, and Momo Killer 47 commented on our Twitch saying good race, guys.
Nice. All right, let's see if we can get Fuzzy in here. We got to let our winner speak first, right?
Yep.
Come on, Fuzzy, get in here. Let's see, maybe he's... Come on, buddy. But, wow, what a race. I cannot believe... Chompy, I know you're listening to me, and I'm just not letting you talk because we got to let Fuzzy talk first. But, holy cow, dude! We'll talk. We are definitely going to talk. And, we just got to get Fuzzy to get in this room.
Yep.
And
which OM Auto saying that was awesome, great driving and great commentary.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate that. We try really hard, the two of us, when we commentate together pretty well. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
There's the winner, Fuzzy! Woo! Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Tuco and Chompy are in here too, so they can go ahead and congratulate you now. I'll let them speak so they can say congratulations.
Congratulations, Fuzzy. Great race. Sort of like I'm mad as usual.
It was fun.
I'll tell you what, man. You guys, the three of you, put on one heck of a race today. So, but Fuzzy, congratulations, man. That was some pretty fantastic stuff. We weren't sure where your race strategy was going, but between the three of you guys and your pit strategies and tires, and you had us on the edge of our seats that whole race. Congratulations, man. Way to go. Feel free, tell us a little about you and the league you race for. This is your chance to open mic it.
It was a very good race. You were talking about the strategy, and the strategy was pretty wonky because I tried to calculate during the race because it's hard to know which strategy you're gonna do because it's a 90-minute race and not a lap count race, so you have to count the lap times and how much time there's left on the race to calculate how much lap there's left approximately. And I really misread my strategy, but it ended up pretty good, so I'm happy with that. At the beginning of the race, it was pretty heavy between me and Tuco and Nemesis, but I'm glad I made it out on the front before it was too late because Chompy was catching up on me near the end. So I think it was a good race. I'm lucky a little bit, but I'm glad to have had a blast with them. And yeah, thank you for the invite.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. That was great. So congratulations again. Chompy,
Yeah, Chompy,
last to
I gotta.
second. Good golly, man.
You are. I called it. I told Presidio here. I said, hey, I was like, driver of the day has got to go to Chompy.
Definitely
Fuzzy
MVP.
won overwhelmingly, but Chompy, man, you went from last to second place, and you set the fastest lap. What the heck's going through your head?
So initially, since I was starting at the back, I was like, okay, I'm filling in as a reserve. I love the track, love the car. Just really just like going in optimistically. And so I started on the hards because I knew that starting at the back, there's always someone faster and always someone slower than you in the field. So if you start at the back on the hards, eventually, like when you're starting at the back, you'll also be typically going slower than you would if you were at the front. So why not knock out the hards? So that's what I did, pitted on lap 10, and then basically put on softs through the rest of the race. And the strategy got mixed up there because I would always pit before the leaders would until Fuzzy went on to the hard tire nearing the end of the race. So, yeah.
Yeah, we were stressed out a little bit because we were both thinking, did he know that he has to run the hards? We totally missed that you ran them at the beginning, and all we ever saw you, we were like, no. So congratulations, Chompy, man. Way to go. P2, dude. Nice. Way to go. All right.
Yes, thank you. Good commentating as well.
Oh,
guys.
appreciate it. Hey, take a chance. Tell us about the group you race with.
So the group I race with is I race with Renegade, but we also have a sister team, Zero, and then we have a lot of friends on MOP, which was I guess there was a little bit of confusion. There might have. But MOP was basically another racing team that we work closely with. And basically what we do is we like to pull in drivers that we think have heavy potential and try to make them faster. It's not about being first. It's not about being fast. It's about the experience and knowledge that you gain behind it. And honestly, beyond that, it's just the vibes, the good times that you share with everyone.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you sharing that with us, man. That's pretty great. All right, not to be left undone, DNA Tuco, man, you had a solid race, man. How'd you like your race today? Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for hosting this amazing race, for inviting all of us to join for this snowball cause. And the race, I think it was actually for me what I could do. I tried to make everyone's life hell at the beginning because I knew that I didn't have the natural pace of Fuzzy. And the only thing that I was not expecting is for Jumpy to be so fast and say feel enough with the Aston to be able to jump me and Nemesis and Bezo, because I was hoping for a second place, but third place in overall is also amazing. And Jumpy also did the fastest lap, and he went from the bottom of the field, so he totally deserves it.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, I did notice. All three of you came across the line basically either out of fuel or on fumes. So you guys nailed your pit strategies when it came to how much fuel you needed on the last lap, that's for sure.
Yeah, short story behind that for me is I always have pen and paper in front of me when I'm racing, just because if I need to make quick notes in the lobby and I'm like, hey, the straight here isn't too long. It's not enough that I can actually think about anything. But I'm just going to jot down my thoughts. So, like, half of my paper here, and it's not like a normal piece of paper. It's legal paper, so it's about double the size. I have a huge 5-minute -3 laps. So 5 minutes meant you were doing 3 laps, essentially. And then I have the list going all the way down. Every straight I was adding to it, so...
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, Tuco, I'm going to give you a chance to tell us a little bit about DNA and your team.
Yeah, I race in DNA Racing. That is a team that I think everyone knows that is led by the cycling judoka. And the idea of the team is just having a great family of friends who share the same passion for racing. That's why we don't really mind being the fastest team in the Gran Turismo or sim racing world. We just want to have a nice group of friends who share the same passion, who race together, who have a great time together. And of course, we help, we support each other. And I think that's one of the best places that I ever joined in the world, in the sim racing community ever.
I'll tell you what, your team's done something right. You're running up here with these guys, so congratulations.
Yeah.
That's great job. Great job.
Yep. Now, I've brought in a couple other people here. I brought on a PX7 Nemesis who finished 4th. I know he had some intense battles in the beginning and between Bisley. Man, walk us through what you were thinking.
Well, I knew that I wasn't going to beat Fuzzy. I knew that pretty early on. He was just way too fast for me, and that Toyota was putting down some really good laps. I figured that I could do well if I used the strength of my car when it came to fuel, but I actually messed that up at the end. So I was going to do my last stint on hards, but I had to do 2 more laps than I anticipated. So I basically crossed the line with fumes as well.
I think you
but
actually
I thought the whole
ran
thing
out.
was fun. Yeah, I might have. But the first, I think we battled for 9 laps non-stop, the top 3, me, Fuzzy, and Two Show, and it was absolutely fantastic. Some of the best racing that I've had in the past couple months.
Well, it was certainly as exciting for us to be watching it as it was for you to be in it. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole time Two Show and I were communicating, and it was just basically like, oh, I'm going to go here, oh, I'm going to go there. No, don't go there.
It was,
and I feel like if we hadn't had that communication, there would have been a crash or two.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a moment that I saw Nemesis overshooting a little bit of the final hairpin, and I was like, oh no, and he just managed to save.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Now
I managed not to hit anybody.
Yeah, which is a good thing. I mean, it was a clean race from everybody. Now, the saying that we've done with everybody else, I know you're the creator of ESGT, which is a fantastic racing league.
I appreciate that.
What do you want to say about Phoenix 7?
Okay, so Phoenix 7 is, how do I explain this?
I'm sorry.
There are a lot of really, really fantastic sim racing teams out there that have a lot of notoriety in other games and in the industry in general, like TRL and Williams and stuff like that. Phoenix 7 is basically our attempt in North America to make something similar to that. But we have a lot that we have to do before we can get up to that point, but it's basically a homegrown version of that. We think that North America oftentimes doesn't get the attention in the sim racing industry, and we want to help represent Gran Turismo in North America that way. We're sponsored by GTR Simulator, which is a racing rig / chair manufacturer, and they're based out of Ontario, and we get some equipment from them, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I'm one of the slowest people on my team, so I basically just help with the management side of things. I don't race that often, but when I do, I like to get involved with things like this, like charity races and stuff like that.
Well, appreciate you guys coming here for sure.
Yeah. And then lastly, we got our fearless leader, and he's gonna hate me for saying this, our boss, RWB Outlaw. Yeah, you had a pretty solid race.
I don't know if he
had
made
a little
it back
bit of a
yet.
mishap. I think he made it back. Did he make it back?
Are you in here?
I think he is.
He was messaging me. He was having connection issues.
Oh, okay. Darn.
So we can wait for him.
Well, I think that's gonna do it then for Outlaw.
Well, let me just say to you guys that came from other leagues, Fuzzy, Chompy, Tuco and Nemesis. We really
Bizzle.
And Bizzle, yep. We really appreciate you guys coming out here, spending some time with us, and helping us here. I was just checking. We've raised over $500 for this race. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm sure people aren't done donating yet. As people are still watching the race, maybe they weren't watching it live. So thanks you guys for joining with us and doing that. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I appreciate
Thank
the
you.
opportunity to do this. It was actually a lot of fun.
Same here. I appreciate you actually hosting this event.
Well, we will be doing more. We have plans. We have plans for more charity events going forward. I really enjoyed doing them and having some of you drivers coming out and doing with us. So thanks a bunch. We'll let you guys go back and get all that champagne wiped off of you and kiss all the girls and do what you got to do. And we're going to try to work on getting a hold of Outlaw and doing a final interview with him before we shut everything down. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
Thank
I'm
you
sure
for
I'll
the
be
race.
having lots of those chicks at 16.
All right. So, meanwhile, we will go here now, and we're going to try to get our fearless leader in here. He is saying he's having some interesting issues trying to get connected back up. So he is he's doing some testing right now. He'll try to get in here. We want to give him a chance. He was driving the other car, the Peterson Communications Corvette, and we wanted to give him a chance to share his thoughts and feelings about that, and also about RWB, the group that we are. So
Yeah. I mean, he is the founder of RWB as well as Winkle, who could make it in. We all have an inside joke about that.
well, we'll let Rusty say it when he comes in here.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, remember, folks, we want to thank all of you who came in and watched this race. Thanks for donating. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting us. It's a great cause. We're grateful for the drivers from other teams that came and joined in with us. It was really spectacular. It doesn't look like we're going to have an opportunity to hear from our fearless leader, so I apologize to everybody for that. So I think what we might do is just go ahead and get things finished up. Any final words there, Cody, that you'd like to share?
Well, I do have one comment that came in here from Aaron Corte. Good race. I enjoy watching you guys race, so highly appreciated. But yeah, I do have some words here, pretty much like you said. Thank you so much for coming out, watching, and just having fun with us. We saw countless battles during this race. We've raised over $500 for the Tourette Association, so it is a massive success on our end. So if you like what you see here and you want to join some league racing, I mean, obviously check us out on Facebook. We're the ones hosting. Or, maybe if we're not a fit for you and due to time zones or whatever, check out MOP, Renegade, Phoenix 7, BDRT, or DNA, or Rockefeller. And maybe get in contact with those. They're great leagues, great people. I'm not going to sit here toot my own horn with RWB as
I think we had enough of that
epic
today.
as we are.
Epic as we are, there you go. All right. Well, hey, Cody, Oh, yes, sir?
Super Mech saying, Aaron is my girlfriend.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
All right,
awesome.
well, folks, I think that's pretty much going to do it for us. Again, thank you from RWB, and thank you to all of the racers and all of those that have participated. Thank you, Cody, for joining with us. And
yes.
We'll see you all soon.
Yep.